During the summer of 1972, Watergate was nothing but a hotel and luxury apartments in our nation's capital. But on the morning of June 17, 1972, security guard Frank Wills noticed something peculiar about a door near the parking garage. This door had pieces of tape around it. Thinking nothing of it, Wills removed the tape and continued on. Later, he noticed that someone had retaped the door. Becoming slightly suspicious, Wills called the police. As the police arrived, 5 men dressed in suits with latex gloves on were arrested for wiretapping in the location of the Democratic National Committee to obtain information on the upcoming election. The 5 men caught were Bernard Barker, Virgilio Gonzalez, Eugenio Martinez, Frank Sturgis, and James McCord Jr. They were working on behalf of the President Nixon's security team. The wiretapping equipment was disguised to look as chapstick and was placed about the room strategically so no one would notice that it wasn't. 2 men that were most intrigued about this were Carl Bernstein and Bob Woodward. They were both reporters for newspapers. After discovering a system of political dirty tricks and crimes that eventually led to Nixon's resignation are just a few things that these men did. About a year later, on November 18, 1973, President Richard Nixon made a speech to the public about saying how he had not done it.
And I want to say this to the television audience. I made my mistakes, but in all of my years of public life, I have never profited from public service. I've earned every cent. And in all of my years of public life, I have never obstructed justice. And I think, too, that I can say that in my years of public life, that I welcome this kind of examination, because people have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
President?
Yes.
But even after this, the American population was still furious with his actions. Political investigations began in February 1973 when the Senate established a committee to investigate the Watergate scandal. The public hearings of the committee were sensational, including the evidence of John Dean, Nixon's former White House counsel. The committee also uncovered the existence of a secret White House tape recordings, sparking a major political and legal battle between Congress and the President. On February 6, 1974, the House of Representatives passed House Resolution 803 by 410-4 to authorize the Judiciary Committee to consider impeachment proceedings against Nixon. On April 30th, Nixon announced the resignations of Haldeman and L. Rickman and the firing of Dean. Attorney General Richard Kleindienst resigned rather than prosecute the men he knew.